What's that?
It's the peppermint shit.
Oh, can I have some? I also have a headache.
But he used it on his skin. Now you're going to use it on your skin. That's very unsanitary.
All right.
Skin.
You guys are going to share. You guys are going to share acne.
Bacne?
This acne. This is how it gets spread. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nobody's even
I
washing
didn't
it.
say you could use it.
Nobody.
May I use it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nobody's sanitizing this. This is ridiculous.
Have you never shared a straw with somebody before?
No.
Ever?
But that's different though.
Just sucking raw peppermint oil.
That's totally different though. You know, you're not. Oh my god. No, I don't want it. Don't give it to me.
Whoa. You think we're dirty people?
No, I
Dirty
think
non-Turks?
it has nothing to do with that.
Just the temples.
I'm not gonna put it on my skin.
I didn't ask for your skin, I'd ask for your temples.
Where is that?
Right here.
Oh yeah? How will I
got
apply
some
it
hair
if
in
it's
the way,
not on my
right?
skin?
Yeah, you got hair in the way.
No. You, Drew, you can take it back.
For solidarity's sake.
Yeah, solidarity's sake. Come on.
You, you already did it.
I know.
You don't need to put it on again.
The solidarity of sharing skin
Doubles.
flakes.
Three, two, one. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Welcome to Credit Zero!
Almost said after school.
I did! This is the podcast of After School Arcade that is called Credit: Zero. My name is Luke.
Colon.
My name is Daryl Colin.
My name is Colin.
Your name is not Colin.
It's Drew.
Yay! My name is Paul. Aka tweet.
Yeah.
We're all part of an improv troupe.
Yeah,
Paul, during
improv
the,
troupe.
during the YouTube version of this, can you just put the big like TMX thing at the beginning?
Why?
TMX?
That's so much extra.
That is a lot of extra work.
Okay. All right, sure.
Don't you mean
Fine.
THX?
Fine,
Is
I'll do-
it THX?
Yeah.
Yeah,
VHS.
DMX?
TMX is like a drama thing, isn't it?
Is it?
No, that's TMZ. None of us
Yeah,
know what
that's
we're talking
I
about.
don't think anything. I think TMX is
Nothing
anything.
means anything.
Yeah, but I was picturing the TMZ thing, and I was like, yeah, sure, I can put that up if you want.
No, the like old movie thing. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
where it's like...
It's George
Yeah.
Lucas.
Is that who invented it?
Yep.
Is that who invented THX?
I don't know if he invented it personally, but it was his project.
Oh, I didn't know those were his initials.
Yeah. no.
What did Luke go to school for?
Film, right?
doesn't-
Yeah,
No.
film.
Okay.
What did... Okay, fine. Let's see you do it. What did Drew go to school for?
He went to school twice.
For?
First for drama, and the second
Dramatic parts.
for
Thank you, Darren.
for finance,
All right.
financial management,
All right.
financial management.
Daryl, you went to school for communications.
Yeah.
Now do Paul. Now do Paul.
Now do me, dude.
You
You're fucked if you try to remember my exact undergrad name.
you went to school for digital game design.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Analog game design would be
Interactive arts
cool.
and sciences, right? Is the
Oh, look at you, Drew! Editor me, you know to put the ding 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 in there. That's well
I
done.
had it in me, and I just had to get it out.
Okay, I love how you knew and you went, well, Daryl, do Paul. You knew that you were getting ready
I
to
just
show
wanted
him
to call
up.
him out when he got it wrong.
Hell yeah.
You got it
Excellent.
close, though.
Yeah, you
Well,
did well.
the name of my degree was actually speech communication.
Oh, well, so I fucked up.
Wow.
I
There you
fucked
go.
up.
And,
Yeah. I formally apologize.
My was financial planning services, not financial management.
Whoa.
Mine was film studies, not film.
Oh, we were all wrong. We were all wrong.
Oh, sorry, you studied film.
Yes.
You studied film studies.
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah, I did
right.
very little making of films in my degree,
So-
and that is a big regret of mine.
So let's dig ourselves an even bigger hole.
Yeah.
Maybe Daryl knows. Do any of us know? I know the general field. Do any of us know what Leslie got in for?
Some kind of biology.
Yeah, that was my guess. Some kind of biology. I don't know what specific kind, though.
Yeah.
Was
Daryl,
it,
do you
was
know?
it microbiology?
I want to say yeah.
Marine biology?
No.
No, it was not marine biology.
She
What
likes-
is
she likes
Rachel
bugs.
fucking Carson? Get out of here.
She likes bugs.
She likes bugs.
She
dude.
likes bugs.
Yeah, and bugs
Isn't
are pretty
that,
micro.
entomologist?
And
It is. Look at you.
Why are you? That's so condescending.
Look at this
Two
guy.
times-
It's not.
2 times in a row, I got something right, and you're like, "Wow, you're actually smart."
Our
No,
sweet
dude,
boy
fucking
is growing up.
you named entomology. How many people know entomology? I'm genuinely proud
Anybody
of you.
who watches TV, it's
If
like
it-
one of the most
No.
like ology things that gets said on like
Ology?
TV.
If it accidentally came across as condescending, I apologize. It was legitimate.
It's
Yeah.
only because it happened 2 times.
Entomology, second only to Scientology.
Yeah, basically the same.
the best
The
study.
ultimate science. It's in the name.
Speaking of the ultimate science, so we sometimes during our improv shows,
Killer segue.
Eat it, get fucked.
I mean, I deserve that. Wow, that was really gentle. You're very calm today, Daryl.
I am?
Yeah. Normally you'd be like, get fucked, and here you're like, haha, get fucked.
Yeah, it's true. I played a lot of board games earlier today, so I'm like,
So you got all the energy out.
I got all that energy out.
Did you ever get angry?
We got like energetic. We'll say that.
What does that mean?
It's like, oh, did you play that? Oh, I'm gonna play that. What the? And then we're like, oh, okay. So it wasn't like angry, but it was just like, oh, where does this extra energy go? It's like out.
Well, now I gotta ask what games you played.
What games I play? Okay, so we played
Number one.
Tucano.
All right. Number two.
Is Carcassonne.
Number
Good game, good game.
3.
Is Villainous.
You didn't play a fourth game, did you?
No.
Okay.
Villainous.
Disney's villainous, Marvel's villainous. what kind?
Disney's Villainous.
Villainous.
the difference? They're both owned by Disney.
Yeah, but it's just like the characters.
Oh, so
The
you can like play
expansions.
Iron Man instead of like Eeyore.
You
No.
play the villains.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Iron Man is a true villain of his story. He
Yeah, but
embodies
Eeyore
corporate-
isn't.
No, I don't know. That fucker had it coming.
There is no villain in Winnie the Pooh.
Eeyore.
Man versus nature.
Yeah, and Eeyore's the man.
Yeah, the bees.
Oh yeah, the bees.
Yes, the villain.
Yeah, bees.
In the Tigger movie, their unwillingness to recognize that Tigger deserves to have his own family.
Okay.
Is that a man versus man? What is the?
That's like man's inhumanity to man, I think.
Okay.
Featuring a soundtrack by Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
Bro did Danger Zone, and then he picked up a guitar and strummed a bit, and they were like, do the Tigger movie.
Imagine, so like, you know how like when you Google a movie or like if you see on Netflix, it'll give like 3 like attributes, like, you know, like dark humor, you know, comedy thing,
tags,
you know,
yeah.
like tags like that. It'd be hilarious to Google the Tigger movie and it's like kids movie, adventure, dehumanization.
I like the Tigger movie. I thought it was an okay. No one here has seen the Tigger movie. I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I saw it years ago, but I don't remember anything about it.
That's fair. That's fair.
I know about it.
I
Yeah.
know it exists.
I remember when it came out.
All right, that counts.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Piglet's Big Movie?
No.
Did you ever see the Heffalump movie?
No.
Did you ever see Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day?
No.
Really?
No.
That's a classic.
No. I just watched
Are you a poo head? No.
He's a poopy head. Poopy.
Drew, are you a poo head?
No.
Are you based in Poop Hill?
Poop hill.
All right. So with that in mind,
Yeah, get back to the segue.
Yeah, awful segues aside, we operate an improv troupe, and one of our gimmicks is that at shows, maybe even a show you, dear listener, were at, we like to ask questions. And today is a little bit different. What? Sorry, we ask our audience to ask questions. Yeah, this was terribly worded from the beginning.
Yeah. Should
and
we
they
have
write it
somebody
down-
else take over now?
Please.
Just insert a clip from previous episodes.
Congratulations for not being associated with pooping. That's been my last 5 years.
There you go. That's a clip from the previous episode. It had nothing to do with what we were talking about here.
Okay.
Sorry
Anyways,
for
yeah.
putting so much work on you. I feel like I'm asking so much of the editing.
The first 10 minutes, it's just like, well, like, okay, take this out, we're
It's
gonna
okay,
put this in.
it's okay. Daryl's not asking it, so I don't mind.
Okay.
That's so true.
Anyways, yeah, we ask our audience to ask us questions on little cards, and we answer them on the podcast. And today's a little bit different, isn't it, Drew?
It's doubly different.
How so?
Normally, we only ask one set of questions.
Okay, yeah.
Today,
One set of questions.
plus one.
I'm gaining weight. I accept
Actually,
it.
no.
Can you fucking...
There you go.
Times 2.
You said +1, so I just wanted to,
Plus 1 pound.
You're plus size.
I'm plus size now, yeah. I'm gaining weight just listening to you talk, dude.
Your metabolism's weird.
Yeah, no kidding.
We fucked up, and we want to rectify that.
What?
We've always done it this way.
Yeah,
we're changing it
We
now.
fucked up since the
5
beginning.
years ago, we fucked up. No, basically, we want to make sure that our questions are back to back with the actual show they come from. So we're gonna go through 2 shows worth of questions on this podcast.
I feel like we're not giving the correct amount of context for this. We always record these podcasts the day after we give a show.
True.
Yeah.
But we're answering questions from the previous show.
And sometimes we forget that show, so it's nice to be able to answer the things that were just asked of us, so that if they're about the show, which they shouldn't be, then we can adequately answer
People
them.
do what they want.
We're very explicit about that, though. We're like,
We're
you know,
explicit on the podcast. We're not explicit in the show.
aren't we?
Daryl is, you
About
liar.
names.
About, oh yeah, that's
About
true.
names. I mean, like
I think
we
you did one rant about, like, don't make it about,
Yeah, don't make it about the show. We bring it up sometimes. Maybe not every time. Definitely not this last show. But like,
Is it definitely not this last show? I'm pretty sure we did. I even said, like, sometimes you can make it about the show. We'd prefer not. I remember saying something like that.
okay, maybe you
I
did.
was focused on handing these out.
That's fair. What were you focused on, Luke?
I was thinking about this peppermint oil that is starting to tingle.
Yeah, it is seeping into my brain. It hurts to open my eyes all
Yeah,
the way.
yeah.
I did it way too close to the eyes.
Keep in mind, the peppermint oil doesn't cure headaches. It distracts you from the headache.
Yeah.
It's a,
Yeah, for those that don't know, Drew has peppermint oil that he puts on his head when he's bored.
that was the whole first part of this episode where you wanted me to put it on.
Yeah.
And now it just smells like peppermint oil. It's an
Yeah,
intoxicating
it's good.
smell.
Is that not is that a good thing? Isn't that a good thing?
I don't know. It's neither. It's just neither good nor bad.
Wait,
but it's too much.
wait. I'm rubbing my temple now. Smell my finger. What is it?
Oh my god! Yeah, that's a little bit too much. That's
yeah.
a little bit too much.
All right, smell.
No, I know what it smells like. It's on my face.
Yeah, but concentrate.
Oh, it smells like shit.
Well, I did stick my finger in my ass earlier. Luke?
Peppermint shit.
Shit.
All right, so
Peppermint shit.
what we're doing today...
Tastes like shit.
That's shit.
That's shit. That is shit.
What we're doing today is we're
my
going
own
to start
shit.
with the questions. We're going to start with the questions from the May show.
It makes everything worse.
Paul now has peppermint oil in their mouth.
Yeah, and this was a big mistake. It's not edible, is it?
No.
No. So we're going to start with questions from the May show. Can anybody tell me what the May show was called, what it was themed?
I feel so vindicated right now for not trying this.
Should I have put a warning label when I passed it around? Like, I thought we were
After the
smart
podcast is
enough.
done, I want to take a picture of you making that face.
Oh, take it now, dude.
Okay.
You better. It's
Get it
like
off
not
airplane
child or Paul safe. We need to be put in the same category.
It's child-proof, but not Paul-proof.
Oh, mercy me.
Black and white, eh?
My phone is black and white.
All right, so yeah, we ask. I'm just trying to maintain this face and talk.
Just say what the name of the May show was.
The name of the May show was that. That was Frankenprov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess you did what I asked.
All right. Yeah. Why?
Yeah, it was Frankenprov. So
Yeah.
we're going to start with the questions from the Frankenprov show, where we mashed up a bunch of different elements from different scenes into one final giant monster of a scene.
We did a mash.
And then... a monster mash. A monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
A monster mash.
We want to smash?
Don't remember the lyrics. What a great Valentine's card.
It was a day on Halloween. I don't remember the lyrics.
Isn't that your like
Graveyard
uncle?
Smash.
That's a good. Well, you have some deep pulls. Yeah, my uncle answered the fucking phone on Christmas, and there was one of my Hungarian relatives going, "Hello, I want to speak to Steven." And he went white and went, "Dracula's on the phone for you." What a gut. Same uncle that peed himself during The Incredibles.
Okay.
every time I hear it. It's funny.
He's the same Uncle Pete himself on the... God, I hope he doesn't listen to this episode because I'm about to recap a lot of
Yeah,
shit.
and Coulter doll, toilet,
The broken toilet, yeah.
and Coulter doll.
And the Ann Coulter doll, yeah. You know more about my uncle than I do. He also really wants me to go to Norway with him this summer to retrieve a keg of whiskey that he bought but never transported back to Canada.
Does he not know about mail?
No, here's the thing. The keg of whiskey got...
Just put it in the mailbox.
This is such like a great like bigoted like impression of Eastern Europe. It's like I don't know. I don't know about the mail.
I am from Sweden. Yeah, so fucking...
I am from Sweden.
So the keg is basically right next to the Arctic Circle, and there are no airports like near where it is. So we need to get the keg from the facility, sign away from it, put it on a train, get that train to a place where there is an airport, and then fly it back. And also declare it because it's like a keg full of whiskey.
Right, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Why would he buy it in the Arctic Circle?
He was bored during COVID.
Wait,
It's been sitting there for like 4 years.
he just bought it online? He didn't go there and buy it?
Bro's
just fucked around.
Yes, bro's bored. He's just like, you know what? I've got money. Let's do this.
Okay, cool. I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, we ask questions. We explained this like 3 times now in varying degrees of success. You know, these are your questions, and this first question comes from...
Ooh, from Yug Thonomule. I think I know who that is.
Yes.
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 He told us in person, I am Yog Thonomule last show. That helped.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yug Thonomule says, "Would you rather?"
Here it goes.
That's a question, but I guess I'll read it.
All right, thank you very much.
Question 1, would you rather? Question 2.
Yes, I would.
I would rather not.
Oh, shit.
Your hands occasionally are eagles, or
Depends on how occasionally.
every time you eat anything, you have to eat it like a shake.
Shake.
Oh no, I think it's snake
Snake.
because they have a little picture.
Of a snake, yeah.
Oh, like you eat it whole?
Yeah, you eat like
Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah. Easily eagles. Who cares how occasional it is? I'm hoping it's not that occasional.
Presumably you have the like facilities to eat it whole.
Sorry, could you say that same sentence but without the word it in there? I need this.
Presumably you have the facilities to eat whole.
Oh baby.
Okay, let's just remember who asked this question.
All right, so I would absolutely go eagles. Occasional eagles.
Yeah, I think if your hands occasionally are eagles, then you also have abilities to use their eagleness.
Yeah,
Like
I
their
would lose a lot more games.
their
You
claws.
fly. I would
No,
lose
I
a
don't
lot
think
more
so.
lives in Dark Souls, but I think that's worth it to not have to eat things whole.
Fighting Smo and your hands just turn
Yeah,
into eagles.
and then Smo sits on me, and that's it.
Question. They turn into eagles. Now, are they just like the body of an eagle that you can control, or do they have their brains? And if so,
They gotta have their brains. Surely.
if so, are you connected neurologically to these eagles?
Yes.
God, can you imagine your hands turn into dead eagles? That would suck.
Well, I thought maybe it was just like, you could like it's just more limb, like it's just,
Like a puppet, basically?
Yeah. But if you had an eagle's brain that was like out of nowhere
You'd have to,
connected
like,
to you. No, I mean like you would like think about like you could see through the eagle's eyes.
part eagle.
Yeah, but only occasionally would your brain just increase in size with weird instincts that you don't understand.
And you can't control it, it just happens.
Yeah.
Is an eagle that's part of you even an eagle anymore? Like, if you can
What?
control the eagle, is it even an eagle because it's not its own autonomous thing? It's kind of like when a human dies, it's just... We kind of go, maybe it's still a human, maybe it's not. But like once it like starts to decay, it's like that's no longer a
Yeah, but
human.
like conjoined twins are still 2 humans.
Yeah.
So the eagle would still be a separate eagle.
But conjoined
It's one-
twins
it's
still
one
have their,
human.
have their own autonomy. Luke's version of the eagle is you can
Oh,
control
yeah,
it. Is
Luke's
it
version
even?
of the eagle,
Is it
yeah.
even an eagle anymore if I'm puppeting it?
Right, it's just the body of an eagle.
Yeah, it's just like an eagle-shaped
Body,
hand that
aye,
like
aye.
I can happen to make do eagle shit.
I feel like it has to be its own sentient creature.
Yeah,
like it
so there's
just
the
freaks
answer.
out
Okay.
and it comes into being
Yeah,
and it's
okay.
like, what's going on? And
Okay,
starts playing
You're
like
filming
that.
something and suddenly,
Yeah.
your hands start flying with you on them, like
Yeah.
you're holding balloons in
Okay.
a movie.
So that, but they are
Have
not.
you seen Blustery Day?
They are not neurologically connected. They're just like the fact that you are connected by flesh.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
they're freaking
There's
out.
Okay.
a
that-
blood-brain barrier.
If that's the
between
case,
you and the eagle.
then snake all the way.
Really?
It's every time though.
Yeah, but that's
Every
what,
time you eat something.
And if your favorite food is roast chicken, bad news, dude.
Yeah,
One
anything-
whole chicken.
Anything with bones in it.
Yeah, so I'd have to choose what I eat, but I still have my human brain.
I
so
always
I could
choose
Hold on.
what I eat.
Every
Nom,
time
nom.
you eat, which means presumably just means you can't chew, but presumably you could still cut pieces off, right?
Snakes can chew. They just
They
like
just choose not to.
Yeah, snakes
That's
can't
their
cut things
teeth.
off because
teeth.
like they don't have arms or cutlery.
So when it says you have to eat like a snake, it also means you can't cook or anything like that.
Oh,
You just
fuck.
have
no,
to
that's
hunt-
not. Come on,
You have
come
to
on.
hunt
That's not what that means.
rats.
Eagles then. All right, we debated this to death.
And you have to crush it with your body
Yeah.
before.
All right, this next question comes from.
Comes from Mr. B.
Like the letter B.
Yeah, the letter B. Mr. B.
All right, Mr. B, hit us with it.
Okay, so there's a drawing.
The B stands for Hobden. The H is silent. And the
The
O.
O and the D.
Yeah. Well,
Wait.
Yeah, you don't need the D to be silent. And God knows
Ben.
yours
It's
isn't.
just Ben at that point.
Mr. Ben asks.
Okay, so this is a quote from Albert Einstein as a thought experiment. It involves a drawing. If you think about two arrows that are connected by the base, so they're pointing up and down, right?
Okay.
If a container was shaped like that double arrow that you're imagining in your brain and was filled half with sand, Albert Einstein says, this vessel can hold 10 gallons of sand. It was used by ancient civilizations. Mr. B asks, thoughts?
I think I'd agree.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to question the man himself.
Yeah.
10 gallons.
Mr. B.
10 gallons, eh?
10 gallons of sand. Not
says
10
it's
gallons
half
of water,
full.
though. Only 1 gallon of water.
I'm so confused.
Maximum.
Why? But they never mentioned the size of the arrows.
Yeah, no, there's
Yeah,
no
that's
math
why I'm
involved in this
confused.
thought experiment. We don't know how big this container is.
Which is exactly why I'm agreeing with Mr. Einstein. You see, if he
Yeah.
used math, that would piss me off.
I drew a picture. It can hold 10 gallons. What of it?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, yeah.
I wish
strong
I
by
wish high school
itself.
math was like this, and it's like, yeah, I bet.
Easy.
X equals 2. Sure. Why not, dude?
That's why I was able to run amok with all of his theories. People were just like, sure, Albert, there's a war going on. We're not focused on you.
Yeah,
Take a back
sure.
seat.
Deepak Chopra can just take stuff.
This next question comes from Jerry. Wow. What happened to Daryl's I'm coming now character? I miss it.
Oh, I'm clever.
Coming.
Long time listener.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. Gerald? Wow.
Yeah.
Where did it go, Daryl?
Where'd it go, Daryl?
Where'd it go? I decided that I was getting too old to make those kind
come.
of jokes.
Grew up.
I was getting too old to come.
It's okay. You're under a lot of stress.
I can't. I just don't
Have
do it on.
medication for that.
I don't do it in shows. I don't do it in the podcast.
Just
I
in
think it's-
private.
I do it in private.
I come in private from now on.
Yeah.
And I ask you to respect that.
Yeah.
Is that why you retired the character?
No, I just brought it up once.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
In fact, that wasn't this question. I made it up. Do you want to know what the real question is?
You're such an ass.
What is one... Alfonso asks...
It wasn't even Jerry. Who's Jerry?
just because it was attached to the idea of coming, I didn't want to attach Alfonso's name to it. Alfonso asks, what is one goal you have or had for 2024? This is a good question, Alfonso. I like that.
Glad it wasn't overshadowed by anything.
I really wanted to subvert the expectations of one of the questions on this podcast, and I can safely say that goal has been achieved.
Hey, oh.
I wanted to do some improv in Toronto, which I haven't done yet, but I mean, we have half the year to go.
Yeah, no kidding. A goal for 2020. I want to finish my master's program. I wanna knock that one off in the bog. I want to be over with it. It's a lot of fucking pressure.
Oh, the other goal I had for 2024 was getting my G2, and I got that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Done. I could just fucking chill out for the rest of the year.
I want to finish our album and put out an EP with my band.
Hell yeah.
So,
Do you have a target number of songs for it?
yeah, we have like 5 written, and so we just need one more, and then
I was-
recording about 4 of them, I think.
I was about to say 6 is a good number for an EP. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it's just like the right number.
6 is EP number for sure.
Yeah. Unless you're being like real esoteric and it's like 4 tracks and they're 15 minutes each and they're like, this one's about spring. But I don't think that would be your band.
No. We don't do that shit.
Any goals for you?
I'm having a hard time answering mine because whenever I say like I'm like gonna do this project, I fucking never do it. I have to like keep like self-motivating because there's something about like saying I'm gonna do something and then I just lose motivation to do it.
You need self-love.
But
That's what you need.
Maybe. One of the things that did you make up that question too?
No, I just folded it funny and now it says
What goal you had for two?
what goal you had for 2.
I want so.
Did you make up that question? You'll never trust again.
Never getting another question. I want to do
Whoops.
something. I want to do something productive with my downtime because I don't know how long.
RuneScape.
My no, but video games aren't productive.
Says you. Wait until you see my research.
Touche. Because I have so much downtime because of this headache, and I don't know when the headache's going to go away. That I don't want to be like 2 years lost in my life. And I can't do anything too difficult, which means I can't really pursue any like career things. Like I have some projects I need to do for work that I can't do until I can like focus on them. So I've been starting learning like video game development stuff,
Do you want to collaborate,
which
my
is why
friend?
I've been like prodding, asking questions. But I didn't
That's
want to
cool.
break it up because all I've done is like an hour and a half into a Unreal Engine 5 tutorial. Like I haven't
Nice.
really done anything about it.
Maybe you should ask me.
But there's a I mean I have like real world resources like people like this. I don't
Get on the phone.
want to
Move, Nick.
Get on the phone. Get on the phone, Nick. Get on the phone.
I don't want to I don't want to hardcore collaborate on any real projects because I just want to like
Something small and fun for sure.
test the waters a little bit, see if it's something I actually want to do, because there's a difference between like designing games and coming up with fun, cool, like wouldn't this be a cool game, and actually doing the development and the programming and the hard work.
Yeah.
And I want to do some of that hard work first at my own pace because of the headache. I can't stick to any
That's fair.
deadlines, so I don't want to bring anybody like on any projects because I'm not. It could take me 2 months where should have only taken me a week.
There's even a colloquial term in game development for this exact process you're describing. It's called whipsy. Wouldn't it be cool if?
Yeah.
And it's a trap that a lot of game developers get
feel
into.
that.
Honest to God, if you want to like do something fun and make something small sometime, I'd be 120% down.
I feel like what I want to do is like go through maybe 2 or 3 tutorials on Unreal, 2 or 3 tutorials on Unity, and see which one, because I have some ideas for like wouldn't it be cool if games.
Yeah.
And
After
wanna see
school
what I would
arcade
like to
game
do.
development? Yes,
a
no.
game jam for
Imagine if that would be a great source of income if we just also made games.
Oh wow, income.
Yeah,
Look at this fucking guy.
Famously easy to make money making games. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah,
a
no, it is.
saturated market.
No,
at
I know
all.
everything. It
and
is,
and
actually.
famously money obsessed group After School Arcade.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. I don't know what you guys are doing.
But yeah, I'm having a hard time answering because I don't have any like strict deadline. Like I want to get this done in 2024.
But even that general
Something
idea,
like,
that's really cool.
Yeah, like 2 or 3. What did I say? Tutorial videos each. Like because these are like 6-hour tutorial videos. Like they're not half-hour tutorial videos. I think that's probably my goal for 2024.
Can I clarify something so I don't look like a complete ass? I told myself I'm going to actively listen to what Drew talks about in this podcast, so I want you to know I'm not just only listening to you this episode because you're talking about game development, which I'm already interested in. I already
You're
thought...
going out of your way to listen to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk over you because I've edited every single podcast, and don't worry, listener. I have heard every single instance of when Drew was making a good point, and we were going, "Suck my fucking dick, dude." Over it. Don't you worry. I'm right there with you.
Really beating the condescending allegations today.
I feel bad about
you pronounce that?
Genuinely, I feel
Beating. Beating.
I heard condescending.
Beating.
Did I? I probably
Beating.
fucking did.
That's okay.
I was
love
probably
you
trying to
anyway.
avoid condensation and said it wrong.
I love you.
Condensating.
It's okay. I love you anyway.
I'm gonna condensate.
You're really cold
Get the
and you're
cup.
attracting humidity.
Not gonna lie, that's my one thing that I always want to avoid. You know,
Getting cups?
No,
Humidity.
being condescending.
Humidity.
I love
And
getting
like-
cups.
I love humidity.
It's one of those human things where it's like you will eventually be condescending at some point
Like
in your life.
accidentally.
Yeah. And I feel like an absolute ass whenever I am. So, for the record, I'm sorry, Drew. What's next?
The next question is from Douglas.
Yay!
Yay!
Piece of shit.
With
Hey.
Sorry.
You already know he listens to all of the podcasts.
No,
He's
dude.
going to hear you say that.
I told him,
you
I
went
said,
out of your way to say sorry.
I says to him, I hope it doesn't come, I hope it never comes
Now
across.
listen here, partner.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't come across bad. And he looks me in the eye and he gives a big old dumb grin and he's like, nah, that's my sense of humor. So unless he rapidly switched, in which case, fuck you. All right, what's in the question?
Yeah, if he was funny, he'd have the right sense of humor for this podcast.
Yeah. What are
with-
you, not funny or something? What are you, not funny, Douglas? Dougie? Dougstifer?
With cost not being an issue, where would you fly to and why?
Your house, and I wouldn't stop there.
Is that a threat?
I'd like to fly. I wouldn't just like to fly into your house. I want to fly 10 feet underground
With you.
with you in the plane, but also in the house.
No cost, I'd go back to Australia.
Yeah.
Maybe visit. Maybe I'd even get a PhD there. Who knows? They got good game programs.
Do
there.
they?
Yeah, very very strong.
I've always wanted to go to Scotland, and I've recently had a fascination with going to Morocco and like a lot of North Africa.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. North Africa is just a beautiful, historically rich, culturally rich place.
Hit up the markets of Marrakesh.
Ah, yes. Eat shakshuka,
Yeah, in Arkham.
You
the
can-
shepherd's breakfast.
Those are the only two cities in Morocco I know.
Shakshuka is just eggs and tomato.
I don't even know
That's
if it's
true.
Arkham or Akram.
Yeah, that's
Don't
true.
ask me.
You say I come or I creme?
I come or I cram. Where do you want it, baby? I don't know anything about Morocco, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I'm trying to bullshit my way through it.
It's a beautifully culturally rich place because it's like it's right across the street, basically, from Portugal and
From my
Spain.
friend Ben's house.
Yeah,
It's across the street from Ben.
North Africa.
yeah. So it's a lot of like the kind of cultural mix of like Southern Europe and North Africa. So there's lots of very interesting.
A bit of both and a bit of a blend.
Yeah, and it's like it's a very like just interesting food and culture and
Can't tell if they're the
music.
colonized or the colonizers.
No, they're absolutely colonized. They were colonized by France for a long time.
Where'd you go, Drew?
I'm trying to think of places that are quiet. Like it'd have to be something.
Yeah, as you often
North
think of
Pole.
on this
The
podcast.
moon.
It'd have to be something more like nature based. My first thought was like to
Nature
embrace
moon?
the weeb and do Japan, but that would be like
That's very crowded.
Yeah, I was gonna say like famously
it's
not a
very
lot of people in
touristy.
Japan.
Yeah, it's very tourist. Yeah, but there's like
They also hate white people there.
there's the
I think they hate
Foreigners
most
in general.
non-Japanese.
foreigners, yeah.
I don't speak their
Non-Japanese
language,
people.
so.
You're right. You're right.
I think it would probably have to be New Zealand. Like, I think I'd rather go to New Zealand than Australia. And it would be cool to do some, like, Lord of the Rings style,
oh my god.
like, tourism things. And I think that would fit the, like, less dense city.
Yeah, New Zealand's beautiful.
Truth be told, Australia is, I mean, it's dense around the cities, but it is barren elsewhere. Like,
Is
a
that-
good 80% of Australia is, like, completely nature.
Is Australia hotter than New Zealand?
Depends
Or is it
on where
about
you
the
are.
same? 'Cause I always imagine New Zealand a bit milder, but
It's milder than, or it's colder than New Zealand around the coast and around the elevated terrain. So, Australia is really close to the deep south in that people think it's all hot all the time, but if you go to the mountainous areas, it's ridiculously cold a lot of the time, even in summer. The people are really friendly, except if you're a foreigner, then they're awful.
well, fuck me.
I mean, like, Sorry, if you're brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not their color.
If you're not white.
Yeah, exactly. There's like a really big prejudice against like the homeless and disenfranchised there.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, in particular in the Deep South in Australia, like it's particularly bad. Like the whole like bogan phenomenon and stuff like that. It's they're like people will move away from you on the bus if you like wear sandals because they think you're homeless. It's like a weird cultural thing.
Sandals, really?
Yeah, it's like a cultural signifier.
But it's hot.
Thong.
But it's hot.
Yeah.
You want? But it's hot.
I know.
You need to tan your feet.
It is.
You need to.
I need to. It's hot outside. Get the feet out. I need to tan them.
Sun's out, feet out.
Yeah.
And
Sun's
all
out,
of
piggies out.
there's a lot of stuff that's going to kill you, and you think the spiders are the worst thing, and everyone loves the spiders there. They're cool with the spiders there. It's the scorpions and snakes, both in the Deep South in Australia.
I'm not saying
that'll kill you.
I'm not saying I wouldn't want to go to Australia, but if I were to go to Australia, I'd want to do the whole package. Like I'd want to do
makes sense.
Sydney and all that stuff. There's not really anything in New Zealand that I think I'd have to shy away from. That could just be a lack of imagination, a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
But
You
I
just
feel
don't
like
know.
the big cities, my understanding is
You
the big
don't
cities
know.
in New
don't
Zealand
know.
are smaller.
That's fair.
Aren't like magpies pretty aggressive in Australia too? Like they have a problem with like magpies like dive bombing people and stuff.
I don't know about that. I never encountered any magpies.
I don't wear any rings, I'm fine.
I legitimately encountered a lot of like snakes and spiders, and the spiders were nice and the snakes were not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'd go to New Zealand too, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. I hear New Zealand's like Canada, but like a little bit more green and a little bit more hot.
And it's the jungle. It's not the forest. It's
Yeah.
the jungle.
Well, I mean, green and hot, that checks out for jungle.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what the jungle is.
Yeah. You ever seen the Batman movie with Poison Ivy? Do the thing.
Yeah. Boom.
Thank you.
Next question.
Oh yeah. For those that are like years and years and years long listeners of the podcast, one of the first ever episodes, Daryl, we asked Daryl to sit up and he went, and we made fun of him. And fucking Daryl brought his amp to the last show because we were doing something, and he turned it on, and to sound check it, he put the microphone right up to his lips and went, It was really funny.
Imagine an empty room with like echoey acoustics and a guy going,
Sound check over.
Actually, can you add reverb to me saying that?
Yeah, sure. Do it again.
Sweet.
Where is the most inspiring place you have traveled and why? From Tracy.
Inspiring place?
Inspiring.
Inspiring place I've ever traveled.
I want to say Halifax. I don't know why, but something about Halifax really like stands out to me, and I'm trying to put my finger on it.
Is
guess
it
it's
because
just
it's
like-
close to Newfoundland?
I've been to Newfoundland as well.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland was
Okay.
cool.
Newfoundland.
I was.
It had more like depressing. I don't want to like
he
live
started.
here. I would live in Halifax. I wouldn't live in Newfoundland. Trying to think of what
Why
I
not?
The tax rate's gonna kill you, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm
Nova
too
Scotia, Texas.
poor for that to matter.
Ah, touche.
I got yeah.
Yeah.
I'll live off Uncle Sam. It's all good.
I'll get Social Security from America in Halifax.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Obama. Like being woefully out of touch.
Yeah. That's how remote the cabin is. You still think you're getting checks from Obama.
Well, it's like one of my favorite tales of history is that ancient China was so disconnected from the rest of the world that when the English came by and in like the 1600s and offered to, maybe not 1600s, may have been like a couple centuries beforehand, and offered to trade a couple of other things, the Chinese...
What? Oh, that you just ran to sneeze? That's all you did?
I thought it was going to be a lot bigger of a one.
I thought it was
really-
gonna shit.
That's what I was looking for.
It's just let the thing drop, dude. He just...
The box broke.
Luke offered Drew a box of tissues.
Drew took
And
one,
Drew took the tissue. Box fell.
and I guess it also broke too.
Yeah, now the box is broken.
Why did you think it would be held up by a single tissue?
He didn't. He thought you were gonna take the box.
I used one hand.
That was like when those videos of like when the astronauts come down from the space station, then they forget about gravity, and they just like drop shit.
Anyways, so when the British came over to like trade like spices and telescopes and stuff like that, the Chinese told them that they would refuse their trades in Latin because that was the language they thought all white people used.
Wow.
They were just like that disconnected communications-wise from like Europe at that time.
Yeah, I know a lot of there was a large amount of infrastructure to create what they called like propaganda trains. They'd make like little movie theaters inside train cars because Russia was so big after the October Revolution that when it became the Soviet,
Oktoberfest, if you will.
yeah, the Oktoberfest, yeah, that's right. That most of the country, like unless you were in Moscow or St. Petersburg, like didn't know what happened, and they had to it was just like too inefficient to tell everybody, so they had to make propaganda movies and just like run the train across the country.
It is nuts that things we take for granted are like 100 years old at most, like cars.
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea of showers.
Yeah.
The idea that you can just like get information easily.
Yeah,
From your shower?
I
From
read
your shower.
I read a history of like the fucking mail. Like
Yeah.
the mail is like the mail
Benny
existed
Franklin,
since like
thank
Benny
you.
Franklin, but like the mail as we know it now is like 1910.
Yeah,
It's like fucking crazy.
It's nuts. All right, my apologies for veering.
Most inspiring place you've ever been?
Oh boy, I might be boring and say Melbourne
Okay. I spent a lot of time in.
Why?
because I stayed in a little. Fuck you. I stayed in a little suburb called Brunswick, or maybe it's its own town. I'm not even entirely sure.
Old Brunswick?
Old Brunswick.
It's just called Brunswick, so yeah, Old Brunswick.
Old Brunswick House.
Good old
Bruns-
Brunswick.
Truth be told, the Old Brunswick looks newer than the New Brunswick because they got like a very hipstery district, or like it's basically all very hipstery, and they got like trendy like eateries and stuff like that. Very community oriented.
Gentrified Brunswick.
Oh, that makes it sound bad, so I'm going to ignore that. It's very it's
An,
very
under,
a bad
an
word.
underutilized debate technique is just pretending like you didn't hear something.
Did someone hear the wind? Anyway, it's very artistic. I really like it there. It was also really cool to just see a place that was like so different yet so the same, if that makes sense. Like Australia is wonderful for like, oh yeah, places can be different from this and still feel Americanized.
Yeah.
And that's really, really cool. Nothing else is coming to mind. Oh, okay. I once went to Whistler, BC.
Oh yeah.
That was fantastic.
Whistler.
And like, I don't like winter. That was the one time where I was like, Winter fucking Wonderland!
Yeah, it is a winter wonderland for sure.
Yeah.
If there was a winter wonderland on Earth, it'd
It's
be
wi-
someplace in Sweden or
Whistler.
Yeah.
Both, and I went there with my uncle. The toilet and culture peed during The Incredibles uncle.
Dracula.
Dracula uncle.
Dracula. I spent a lot of time as a kid in middle of nowhere Newfoundland, and that town is a big inspiration to me. People are kind for its own sake, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Like to a degree that I even in growing up in Canada, people are baseline like nice in public, unless you're like in like the deep city. Like people are just kind of baseline nice in a way that some other countries are not like that, unless you get to know somebody.
Yeah.
But like people in Newfoundland are nice in a way that's like almost
Eerie.
It's built different.
Yeah, they're built different. Because if people don't work together in a small town with horrible weather, then people die. That's basically it.
You have to get
like
along.
they take care of each other because the weather's trying to kill them.
What's that movie called? Not movie. The play. The was it a musical?
The Scarlet
Hades
Pimpernel.
Town.
The 9/11 one.
Hades.
Come from away.
Come
yeah.
from away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great example
Stop
and a
putting
great
the
story.
emphasis on come and come from away.
Come.
Come from away.
Yeah.
Come from away. Please come.
There's
from
that
away.
Nick Kroll joke about come from away. It's like, yeah, I come from. That's not that good. I come from away for these Japanese businessmen on Zoom.
That's funny. All right, what's
Pay me in
you
Amazon
say
gift
yours?
cards.
No, the most inspiring place I went to, probably I would say Norway.
Yeah.
I went to Norway on my one of my Europe trips back in 2019, and it was super beautiful and super nice. It was like one of the first places we stopped at on our trip, and so Oslo was nice, and just being into it in like a different part of Europe for the first time was beautiful. But once we went outside of there and like went up to the mountains and drove up like this cold ass wintry mountain that was like slipping, and like we basically were on this like 1-lane road going up this mountain, and one car was coming one way, the other car was going the other way. There's no guardrail. It's like, oh, like there's a little bit of danger involved. We're like, oh, fuck, we're gonna survive.
We're gonna die in Norway.
Yeah, and then we didn't.
Thank you.
That'd be a pretty cool twist if you were a ghost.
Yeah, wow, it'd be like the Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
For improv. And so it was beautiful. When we got to our first Airbnb, it was like magical, waking up on the side of a mountain with like just beautiful lakes and mountains. It's
Hard-fought journey.
Exactly.
Norway is how Australian people express
you were gonna say.
surprise at things. Yeah.
Norway.
Norway.
No way.
All right.
Shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah. They don't actually say that. They say prawns instead of shrimp.
That's true. Okay, so the person asking this question is being a little shit.
Get ready to get humiliated on the internet.
Because the question is, what question have you not been asked on this podcast yet that you're surprised no one has wanted to know yet? And it says sincerely, and then wrote my mailing address in full.
Oh my god, who is this
That's
person?
Cameron for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What question have you not been asked on this podcast yet, and why are you, why are you surprised?
Yet that you're surprised no one has wanted to know.
How close have you ever come to drowning? I'm surprised no one's asked that.
Yeah? How close have you got?
Pretty decently close. Not crazy close, but when I was 5 and didn't know how to swim yet, I was visiting a friend of a friend's pool, and she didn't like me that much, and she kicked me into the pool, and the pool was over twice my height.
Wow.
I learned on the fly. I was actually I was a very whiny, if you can believe it, Drew. I was a very whiny, inconsiderate, awful child, and that was like the first instance of my entire life I remember just being calm and like collected about a situation where I was like, okay, need to do something. And so I just sort of like hit my foot against the water and just went like just going above the surface and like go wee.
You could
just
like move in the pool. You could just like...
Yeah, I was just hopping for my life to the fucking ladder. And that was I guess the closest I ever come to drowning.
That's when you learn to sink and don't float.
Yeah, and after that I got put on Atkins.
No, actually, fat is lighter than water. You would float more if you were fat.
I got put on reverse Atkins.
Ah, nice. Okay, that works now.
My dad told me the story that one time he was with me. I was about 1 year old in the pool, and I was in one of those things where it's like a baby-size inner tube and then like 2 holes for your legs, so you're like sitting in like a little thing. And he said he was playing with me. He turned around and he turned back, and my legs were straight up. Oh, no. And he said he tells me that because he said that's the scaredest he's ever been in his life because I was about 1. Okay. So I guess that's the closest. And then after that, I was afraid of putting my hand in the water, and my mother was like, all right, then we're doing swimming lessons from 2 to 17.
What's the closest?
Break this out of you, basically?
Yeah, absolutely, she thought that.
What's the closest you ever came to drowning, Daryl?
Are we asking this? Are we all asking one question?
I think we're just doing this one.
Yeah, okay, sure. Closest I've been to drowning, I guess, would
This
be...
was like a free card, basically.
Yeah.
It's like a Joker in the game.
This is a collect all the resources.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it would be when I was very young, maybe like 3 or so. I was like some pool party, and then I was like riding a tricycle, and I was in the way of some adult, and so I backed up the tricycle into a pool, and then I was like, yeah, I was like drowning.
Kids are dumb.
Kids are dumb, dude.
I mean, there was a lot of people there, so maybe that's not the best example. Okay, no, I have a better example. Okay,
Multiple times you almost drowned.
I've almost drowned multiple times.
That's the closest. It doesn't necessarily mean there can't be other close calls.
This is closer though. I have some family in like the States in West Virginia. It's just
they live in the water and they pulled me in.
No, but they live near a water.
They're sea people. Daryl's descended from sea monster.
In West Virginia, taboo, where there is no sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was my grandparents at the time like burned their garbage, and so he like burned garbage very close to. Sorry, yes.
Yeah. When you say my grandparents at the time, did they switch since?
No.
Okay, go on.
Okay. So my grandparents
It is a good question.
burned garbage, and they burned it right next to the river there, which is very tall. And so I was like poking at the embers of the garbage, and I fell in to the river. And it was too tall for me, and I like lost a boot and everything. But I couldn't swim.
Like the banks were too tall.
Yeah,
Okay. Because the river being tall is kind of confusing.
the river. The river was very.
about 6 pounds.
The river is very high, and so it was like more than my height. And
Deep.
It was
Like the
deep.
water was deep.
Sorry, am I not explaining this correctly?
I understand.
Nobody says the pool is very tall.
Okay.
You don't describe
Yeah,
water
but
as tall.
people understand.
I didn't understand.
I did.
Okay.
I don't know. Luke, let's settle this. If he says the river is very tall, what do you think? Well, this is biased because we already know the context. But did you understand what he said?
I kind of did, but like
This
like
isn't helping you
after
in our
Who
cases.
uses the word tall?
no,
Daryl, and I respect it.
All right.
It definitely took me a second because when I think of a river is tall, I think of the bank.
Yeah.
Like I think it has like a steep bank, but I like within the
But
context
it's
of
both. It's both of those things. The bank was tall,
He was
but also the
saving
river
time.
was high.
He was saving time by as we've proven, he was saving
I'm
time.
trying at least.
I'll correct you. I think it's neither of those things.
Okay. No. All right. Whatever. It's my story. Okay, guys. This is what happened to me.
What if we were all there?
That'd be wild, and we didn't even know that.
And you didn't even save me.
I didn't know you back then. You were just a random dude.
You know, you guys were probably not of walking age or of age to remember.
What year was
Or
this?
age of all.
I was 3 or 4.
That didn't answer
94.
Oh
Okay,
wow!
so I was not- yeah, not
none
born.
of us were born yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So get fucked. Okay. All right. So
My dad was there.
your dad was there.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm
think
continuing.
he's
I'm
ever been
continuing
in
the goddamn fucking story. So I fell into the river and I couldn't get out. It was like a rushing river. No more questions. No more questions. And my aunt came in and she laughed and she's like, "Get yourself out of the fucking water, you dummy." And then I was just
love
like,
family.
okay, I can't do this. I'm like yelling help, and then my I think it was my dad eventually came by and
He was
pulled me out of
bird
the
watching
water.
his Clarks. Yeah.
Yeah, he was who I don't know. He was probably.
There's my son. I should get him. Oh, wait. But after I shine. Oh, my Clarks. Was that a cardinal? Oh. Oh. Okay, time to save my son.
Thank you, father.
Yeah.
That's your 3-year-old voice.
That's me.
Thank you, Fada.
Thank you, Father.
From Boston. Thank you, Fada.
Father. So that was me. That's when I almost drowned.
Did you answer, Drew?
I don't think I've ever had any near drowning experience. So, like, I guess when I was in the water was the closest I've ever come to drowning.
You know what?
Wow.
That is the most factual of all of our stories.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the most factual.
I like how Cameron was trying to be a little shit, and instead we turned it into a wild card where we just got to ask our own question.
Yeah. You wrote my goddamn address.
It's your question.
Did you want to ask a question?
No, I don't. I'm done with this now.
Well, then fucking Timothy asks,
Charmaine.
okay,
Bless me.
I'm going to read this word for word, right?
For first time for everything.
Is Gillette the best a man can get? Broaching. I'm in my 40s, and I really need there to be something better than a razor.
Daryl and I can attest. Single blade safety razors are the way to fucking go.
That's the way to go.
I've seen more advertisements for that. The Henson shaving, I think it is.
Oh yeah, you got it right.
Henson, they're not cartridge razors, they're single blade.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I've been doing single blade shaving since I could shave, because I was into shaving before I could shave.
Just the culture of it.
Yeah, the culture of it. I do a traditional wet shave with 3 passes. I've been doing that for a long time, and my single blade razor is fucking great. It gets really smooth.
I'm not gonna lie, I just use the cartridge stuff for now, at the very least.
Yeah.
But I also use the cartridge for way longer than I think I'm supposed to.
Oh, yeah?
I've been using this cartridge for well into 6 months now.
Oh.
I mean, I wash it every time.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Good.
That's not the only problem.
Well, everyone went ooh, so I don't know if it was a hygienic reason. or something
No.
like that.
It's because the blade gets dull.
I mean, it works.
I guess.
Sure.
I mean, I'm also not using it that much on my face these days, if you can believe it.
Are you getting an irritation at all?
No, not really. In
Are
fact,
you using the Venus one?
I think so.
Your Venus.
I'm your fire, your desire.
I think so. Yeah, I really like
Jennifer
it.
Lopez.
It works really, really nice. In fact, the longer I use a single cartridge, the less irritation.
That got him.
That got
You're
it.
Jennifer Lopez. It's Bananarama.
It's Bette Midler. Yes. Yeah, the more I use it, like the more time has elapsed, the less irritation I get for some reason, and it still does a clean shave.
Okay.
It's not like the most precise on the planet, but I'm not looking for the most precise, and I dread whenever I have to switch to a new cartridge because that means I bleed.
Yeah, because it's sharp.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to admit, Luke, I'm right now using cartridges not because I want
Shot
to.
through the heart.
You're too late.
Hold on.
You give love a bad gait.
Like your walk. So yeah, that's.
What are you talking about?
Gait, walk, Anyways, it's fine.
It's like a gate. It's a walk.
My
through a gate.
my boss at my work was very invested in my shaving, and so he bought me some razors, and he gave me some tips and stuff.
That's so weird to have a boss invested in your shaving.
And he's giving
Yeah.
you cartridge razors, and you're like,
he
no,
gave
I'm
me-
fine with the safety razor.
I was basically said that, and he's like, no, you have to try this. This is much better.
And now you're using it like a good worker.
Until it's over, and then I'll go back to the single blades again.
Oh,
Yeah,
so he says.
they're much better.
You just don't
and
wanna
they,
be
they
ungrateful.
actually do save money in the long run because there's less waste.
Yeah, less waste, more money.
Next question. This one is from Jennifer.
Ah.
If you could travel anywhere, where would you go?
Well,
Like there's some common themes on
Morocco,
But
Scotland.
this time price is an object.
Okay.
Did she say that?
No, but last time it wasn't.
Oh.
okay. Let's treat it as like price is an option. I want to go to New York, but not like Manhattan. Like
Okay.
I want to go to like Rochester or something like that's like cheap.
Buffalo.
Yeah. something that's-
We could go to Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Okay, fine. Rochester. Jesus.
Okay, Rochester's better.
I'd go there and just be like, what's the New York experience that isn't New York City? Because everyone always talks about the New York City experience. Apparently, New York's nature is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it is. My partner actually, believe it or not, has a lot of friends in Chicago.
I believe that. would I
We've
not believe
talked
that?
a lot about driving down to Chicago and hanging out.
Why would I not believe it?
I don't believe it.
Why not?
You're lying.
Why?
Because, I don't know.
I give up.
I'm backing down from this immediately.
Don't even have a bit.
Yeah, so going to driving to Chicago or Detroit also would be cool.
Does she have any friends in Detroit?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
She also used to spend a lot of time in Detroit because her previous boyfriend was in Detroit.
She spends a lot of time there now, huh?
She doesn't. She's used to.
Okay.
She used to.
You're gonna egg his house.
You gonna toilet paper his house?
I'm gonna burn his house.
You're gonna kick his balls.
You're gonna kiss his balls, dude? This is for. I'm here now. Where would you go? Oh my god!
Sorry.
You tried to eat me. You like launched forward like a snake.
That's the way he eats.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I chose that.
Oh my god, my
My hands are eagles.
I want to go to.
Anywhere that isn't here.
I'd like to go. How about this? A
I'd
no
like-
money trip going home.
It's in character. I want to go to one of the territories, like Yellowknife or something like that. I think
Yellow.
that'd be cool.
Yellowknife.
There's a lot of Canada I would like to explore.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
big country.
Yeah. Size of fucking Europe.
Yeah, even like Northern Ontario is like a completely different
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
There's a lot of
It
French-speaking
would be cool to
people
go
in
like
Northern
by the
Ontario.
Hudson's Bay like
the
coast.
Go to the shield. Go to the
Canadian-
shield.
the
See all the
Canadian shield.
non-crops.
Yeah, actually, well, I mean, I'm very close to the Shield. My hometown was very close to the Shield.
Oh, cool.
Because for example, my partner's cottage is on the Shield, and my house is not, and that's like a 15-minute drive. So
Interesting.
we could take a day trip to Gravenhurst, and I could look out the window and watch the tree species change.
Gravenhurst is always one of those towns where it's like, no, Tim Burton named that for one of his fucking films. Gravenhurst? Are you kidding me?
And then
perfect.
And right beside
It's got Grave and Hurst in it.
Exactly.
Wait.
And Raven.
yeah, which is right beside Bracebridge. As well.
Oh,
shit.
Bracebridge, I've been there.
Bracebridge, disappointing downtown.
Bracebridge is what you got in your teeth in high school, right?
Shut up.
That's a reasonable response. Did everyone answer that?
Yeah.
I'd like to travel to Delta.
Airlines?
No.
And take a trip.
Like the Mississippi Delta?
Delta or Tofino up in BC. Because I went to Vancouver and I went to, was it Kamloops? But I haven't been up in the north where all the big trees are. So I want to see the redwoods.
I want to see the big trees. Yeah.
Oh, I would also...
Actually, that would be cool to see Redwood Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like... The Pacific Northwest is a very cool place that I'd
fucking
love to
vacation
visit.
of a
Like
big
Washington
tree.
State, Oregon, BC,
Yeah.
BC stands for
Northern
tree.
California.
No, yeah.
C
I would
is
like
silent.
to. I mean, there's lots of places in North America that I would love to see.
I just said
Yeah.
it was silent.
Let's do an after-school arcade trip, and we could make bonus stages, like, in the hotel.
If we even call them then by then.
Wouldn't that just be a vlog?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be a vlog?
Yeah,
I
then we
guess
get
so, dude.
then we get some actual views on our YouTube page.
Or wait, no, it'd be a plog because it wouldn't be a video. It'd be a podcast
Plog.
A plug, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna do a
plog.
plog of us going to see.
Well,
the
then
Red
what?
Plug.
How is this not a plug? How are
We're
these?
not doing a log. We're just
We're logging our
shooting the
life.
shit.
No, it's as much a log as like anything else.
We're not going on an adventure.
What about the time that we went in the fucking car and it broke down? That was
Okay,
basically
that
a
was
plug.
a plog. Yeah.
A plog is like a poop that's a log.
Next question.
Okay.
What's the next question?
Fuck, Mary-
You're already shaking your head.
Disappointment.
Fuck, marry, kill. A night at the movies. A dog at the beach. A minute in paradise.
I know what Drew's gonna pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
From Marshall Mathers.
A night at the movies, a dog at the beach, and what?
And
A night in and a minute in paradise.
A minute in paradise.
I'd fuck a minute in paradise.
Is it, maybe a minute in paradise is like a euphemism. You know, like when you were kids, you had like 6.
That's
or-
7 minutes in
and-
heaven.
Yeah, so paradise 7. I don't know.
it's just a shorter.
It's just kids.
It's just a shorter time and you're not in a closet. You're just in front of your
kissing
You're just
somebody in
kissing
closet.
people in front of your friends.
Yeah.
It's just PDA.
Exhibitionish.
So do you fuck that, or you marry that, or you kill that? That minute.
I feel like it's exhibitionism when you're an adult, but when you're a kid, it's PDA.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I never want to be like see two kids like kissing in a hallway. First of all, I never want to see two kids kissing in a hallway.
Oh wow. Okay. Good.
But if they're two kids
Virtue
are
signaling.
if two kids touche, if two kids are making out a hallway and I happen to be passing through on my way to do my constitutional in the middle of a children's elementary school.
You will close your eyes as you walk past them.
No, my thought was walk straight to another fucking pair of kids. I would not go like, oh, you two exhibitionists. That would just seem weird. Yeah. But I'd also be like, why am I in a school?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Part of the reason why I want to like teach in like fucking university is because everyone there is adults, and that just feels on a whole better because we just did a jam today.
Yes, we did.
Where there were kids present.
Yes.
And my hand to God, loved their energy. But kids just want to get on stage and yap until something gets laughs.
Bunch of yappers.
There was a kid, I'm sure he'll be great at improvising when he's older.
Yeah.
He just stood on stage and kept doing completely disconnected things, waiting for someone to laugh.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Okay, well, that's a good point because when I went to UW, there was like a really, really young kid that was in there. I think he was like, some Thai prodigy or whatever it was. And he was like,
Why did you include where he was from?
I don't know, it was like
Thai
notable,
prodigy.
I
don't know,
guess.
it's like Thai prodigy is sort of like, oh, that explains things more, as opposed to like, oh, he was just a random 16-year-old that came in and like claimed he was a prodigy. If he's from another country, it's like more proof that like, yeah, you didn't just stumble into here and pretend to be smart.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So
this Thai prodigy.
so he I don't even know if he was
who's
Thai.
Asian,
Whatever.
by the
He
way.
was- that's why I said the country. I was like, I feel like
so weird. You like so this foreign prodigy.
Yeah, this foreign-born nasty ass. By the way, they were smart too.
But I mean, like that's part of it, right? Because not only was he a kid,
We're trying to defend
but he was
you.
Asian.
no, but listen.
It's so much worse.
We're trying to defend you, dude.
Not only was he a kid that had that kind of like chaotic energy,
But also
English wasn't his first language.
okay.
And so, you know,
That's smart. Just learn it.
and so like, you know, he had great energy, but you know, it was very like we would have to direct him a lot to get more sense making out of the scenes. And he was like, honestly, he was like super good, super smart, super like amazing. But that's where it comes as like a you know. As a person running the show, you have to direct them that way.
I mean, a lot of improv is like soft skills, so it's kind of hard to just have them when you're growing up.
I love how until you brought up the directing part, it had nothing to do with the other stories. One time I met this Thai kid.
It was in the news. It was in like Waterloo.
Little Thai boy goes to improv. It's a Thai in quotation marks.
We don't know.
or like the news was it was like 1900 and it made the news that someone from Thailand was here. That's amazing.
Kill the night at the theater.
Oh, right.
Marry the dog and fuck
Yeah.
the Minute of Paradise.
Yeah, I'd fuck the Minute in Paradise. I would marry the night on the movies one.
You'd kill the dog. You
I
don't
kill-
like dogs, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like dogs, but also, like, I don't want to fuck or marry a dog.
You don't have to consummate it.
I still would prefer nothing to
When
do
you
with this.
get a pet, you basically marry
You
the pet.
basically fuck it. I have learned. Drew
My
Hopped
name's
it.
Drew.
You're already halfway there, I mean.
Well, it's like a week into the marriage. We're like, well, come on.
Wow.
We're either
I
gonna
would,
fuck or I'm gonna kill you.
I would marry the dog at the beach, not in like I would marry the dog.
Not
I'd
in a
marry
weird way.
the experience of a day at the beach
way
with
it
a
makes you
dog.
feel.
Yeah, because a dog is a great companion.
Playing fetch in the
bet it
water.
is.
Yes.
Drew can tell you.
Yeah. I would fuck the night at the movies, and I would kill a minute in paradise.
Damn, that's edgy.
Yeah.
Mine's exactly like Drew's. I don't like the movies.
Yeah.
I just, you know, it's just, and especially a night at the movies, like going to the movie theater. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'll watch a movie at home. I don't like the theater experience. at all.
Really, you don't? I love the theater
Me too,
experience.
yeah.
But then again, I go like once or twice a year, so it's like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice if I go with friends, maybe.
Yeah.
But, like-
especially if it's something that you're like really like. If it's like Marvel and you got dragged there by friends and you're like, I could take this or leave this, then you're like, ugh.
But the thing is, like, if you had a group of 5 or 6 friends and you're watching a movie in the living room,
Hey.
that's still better than a group of 5 or 6 friends watching a movie in the theater.
Why?
Because you can talk about it. What's
There's
going
certain
on? You
movies-
can react to it.
There's certain movies that you can do that.
Also, there's kind of like this magic
Really?
of,
In the theater?
Yes.
There's also a kind of a magic in like going to a theater and it's like, oh, we can't talk here because this is an experience. I don't know. I
guess.
thought I hold it
I think
weirdly sacred.
The one
me
to two,
too.
the
I
one to
do.
two
I
times
do
a
as
year is like fair enough.
Yeah.
But of the 3, it's the worst.
Like recently, I watched the second Spider-Verse in theaters. Was so glad I saw it. That was like last summer actually, but I was so glad I watched it in theaters because it's
Yeah.
like this is a theater experience movie, and it's not like most other Marvel where it's shit.
Yeah. It's well made.
I also saw the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent or whatever it's called, the Nicolas Cage one in
oh,
theaters.
that was cool.
And I wanted to see it for so fucking like long. I was so hyped for it. So getting to see it in a theater was like you're on the ground floor of it. You got popcorn. It's silent and dark around you, and there's this big area. You
Was
know?
that Nicolas Cage horror movie?
No, that's the
No.
Pedro Pascal comedy.
Yeah.
Oh,
with-
that's a...
The horror one is like Running with the Devil or something like that.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
No, Running with the Devil is an older Nicolas Cage movie. It's something similar to that.
Yeah,
Running with the devil.
the trailers for those are just
Into the
weird.
future.
They're weird and cool at the same time. Very like, what's going on here?
Dun, dun.
But yeah, Night at the Movies, not a big fan. Yeah, and
Drew, you gotta warn me before taking your dick out.
I'll marry the dog at the beach. I'll fuck a minute in paradise
All right,
because
cool.
paradise is subjective. It's not heaven. It's just paradise.
And it's certainly going to be subjective after Daryl's done with it. What's the next question?
Subject of my dick.
This is, why did you make Drew so sad that his tears stained this card? And there's a little arrow pointing to a water stain on the cue card.
They were tears of joy. I fucked him.
It says from Drew.
Oh, Drew, trying to double dip in the honey
I
pot.
want an honest answer to this one.
I gave you mine.
Why did you make Drew so sad? I think he understands what he did wrong.
Well, I mean, I didn't do it, but I mean, Drew has a headache, so I pushed him too much and he's gonna cry.
Next question. When was the last time you had a tooth removed from Kiwi?
Long time. Actually, when I was 2.
Removed.
A month from now.
Yeah, same actually.
Really?
I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed soon. Yeah.
I categorically refuse to have my wisdom teeth removed.
Are you anti-vax as well? Why do you want your wisdom teeth removed?
Because my insurance refuses to cover it because it's like a choice thing. So even though they cover dental, they're like, we're not covering this dental. And also, it's like, without insurance, it's like high 4 figures. It's outrageous.
High 4 figures. It was
like
How many?
mid-4.
$3,000, I think, was the price.
Sorry, I'm saying like higher than what I think. Not like, it's just close to like 5 figures, 4 figures. So I'm saying like it's...
Like you're not talking 8,000.
Mid,
Yeah,
mid,
no,
mid four
yeah.
It's
figures,
expensive.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive, but
It's
like,
expensive and it's unneeded. Like as long as you take good care of your teeth, they don't need... Yes, I've
Sometimes.
looked this up. I've talked to dentists about this.
Sometimes.
I'm very skeptical about that.
It sometimes varies, but unless they're ingrowing, if you take good care of your teeth...
True.
Yes.
Yeah, you could get lucky, and if the X-rays show that they're not impacting your teeth, then
Yeah.
yeah, you're fine.
But
if they
most
do
people-
impact your teeth,
Yeah, and they can even impact your teeth from time to time. Like they kind of like gave me a little bit of pain here and there, like a couple of years ago. But that's when I was working as a freelancer and I had no dental coverage. So I was like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. This teeth cleaning already costs $250. Fuck you.
there's a difference between categorically refusing and not doing it right now until you're like financially stable. That's the part that I'm like weirded by.
Even then,
because
even
removing
then.
8 teeth is more expensive than removing 4.
Yes, but like unless it has to happen for like the betterment of my mouth, I am just going to refuse to do it because they're like, I will directly ask my dentist, will it adversely affect me in the future? For sure, if I do not get my wisdom, because they always give me the same speech. They're like, you should consider getting your wisdom teeth taken out, and it's like, you guys are definitely making commission
You
off
just
of
think
this.
they're upselling you?
Genuinely, because I asked them, is it
It
going
is a
to
private business.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is it going to like actively impact me and make my life worse? And they like begrudgingly every time answer, well, no, it's not. And I'm like, cool, I don't want to have my wisdom teeth taken out. And they're like, okay.
My dentist has never said that to me, and none of my wisdom teeth have come out yet.
I was told I don't need my wisdom teeth taken out. I have quite a remarkable mouth.
You got a big jaw, actually.
I have a big jaw. I have a small mouth. Do you think I have a big jaw?
I think you got a big jaw. It's like that's a good thing though. It's like a big. It's like a.
Yeah, you got like
It's like a really like
a chiseled big
chiseled jaw.
You got like one of the Mitt Romney jaws.
Oh, that's cool.
Huh.
Yeah, no, I have quite a. My dentist was actually quite impressed with my mouth. But yeah, no, I don't need most of my problems with dentistry is like grinding.
Oh, grinding your teeth.
Yeah,
That's
and
why
flossing I
got, like,
can't
a
get in the
knee jaw.
habit
It's
of.
like,
It's really tough.
you don't floss.
I floss sometimes, but just
That's why
not
we're both
enough.
wearing beards.
Like I should do a bit more.
Your teeth are immaculate.
Thank you.
Your teeth are immaculate.
Thank you.
Mine are decidedly not.
No,
My
neither
parents
are
spent a
mine.
lot of money on my teeth, so I always feel guilty about taking care of them.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I kind of am like almost the opposite. My parents couldn't afford braces, and my teeth were always made fun of when I was growing up.
Oh, okay.
So I I'd love to get like Invisalign or something like that, but I can't afford it yet. But I have like gotten those like whitening strips from like Walmart. Sometimes I've even paid for them. I do that just out of insecurity. Oh, shake your head, Drew. Shake your head.
School Arcade presents Paul admits to more crimes.
Yay! I shot. Who's someone
The
got
sheriff.
murdered in Canada lately? But I didn't shoot the deputy. What's the next
The
one?
next question's from Teo.
Yay!
If you had to choose 3 words to use for the rest of your life, what would they be?
I'd hit that.
Shut up, Drew.
I mean, the obvious two were yes and no. But
There we go.
maybe
Yes and no.
But maybe you could. Yeah, and is one of them.
Yeah. Hey, Drew, what do you think of this? Yes and no. Okay, dude. How about I'm going home?
I don't think I would choose yes and no because these are the only words you can use. You can still like nod and shake your head, so you wouldn't really need yes and no.
Are we going by colloquial rules where contractions are one word, or are we going by absolute rules where they are technically two words?
Are they technically two words?
They are, yeah.
Then I think we have to go with that.
We have to go with absolute rules? Okay, so you can't do yours.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can't.
Shake and bake.
Yeah, I like it.
Bake.
I can't stick with shut up, Drew. It has too few applications, and the bit would get old within like 2 times of me saying it.
And then how do you address anybody else?
Shut up.
What about I
Drew.
can't talk? No, that's 2 words. Fuck.
Yeah.
I
Can't talk.
I fuck you.
fuck you.
That's great because there is versatility. Because you flip over, it's like you fuck me.
Fuck you.
Me?
Yeah. Fuck yes, constable. There you go.
I don't know. The thing that comes to mind is suck, squeeze, bang, blow, but that's 4.
Let's go
Die,
real
boom, bang,
real
fuck.
cute with this. I love you, and I'll just be known as a real wholesome motherfucker.
Oh, I love this.
Ah. But then you have to point to a person. It's kind of dehumanizing. Like, I love this. It's kind of weird.
No, I'm into it.
All right,
No,
All right, that's pretty thoroughly answered, I should think.
No name on this one.
Okay.
No name.
You're upsetting the Daryl. His face is turning red as we speak. What is the question?
What's one of your favorite improv skits that you've never forgotten?
Even more angry for Daryl.
It's a double whammy. I think the person that wrote this knows me. Because, first of all, they didn't write their name.
Yeah.
And second of all, they mentioned skits. And I've mentioned on multiple podcasts that in improv, the terminology we use is we use scenes. We do scenes. Maybe
Don't say and skit.
Yeah, maybe we play games. But skits are for
The frenia.
the frenulum.
I think I don't really remember. I have a bad memory for like old improv scenes that I've done, but one of the standout moments for me was with our first, our first competitive team
For university?
for university.
Yeah.
And it was the moment where Eric really wanted to do a sounds like a song scene,
Yeah.
but he got overruled, and we ended up doing a different game, and he was like
a mermaid.
I thought he was the captain. He was
the captain, I was the mermaid.
Yeah,
right,
he was a captain of a boat on the sea, and somebody was like, "I need you to like explain this thing to me," and it's like, "Okay, I'll explain it the only way I know how through
Yep.
song," and he just burst into song, and it was like he
was
forced
so
his
happy.
way into the game that he wanted.
And then the scene ended with him and I, like, openly kissing on stage. And this is why I made that comment to you last night, Luke, that, like, no offense, our generation built different. Drew and I have definitely kissed on stage for a bit, for a scene.
Generation? You guys are like, what, 3 years older than him?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. Yet there's such a difference. And Luke, you have openly said you will not do that.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
He also used the F word.
Yeah, you also called me a fuck.
But
What do you... I'm trying to think, like, what my favorite improv skit has been. Honestly, one that comes out to me, it probably our one from our D&D show, where we used
Oh, that was good.
yeah, where you were that one salamander, Drew, and we were using the dog as a beacon, and we
Yeah,
started by
dog
saying dog bacon, and then we turned it into dog beacon. That
Yeah.
was really cool, and
Yeah.
it came up very organically, and like everyone was on fire that night. Really good characters all around. I'm not even sure if I remember too much about the actual substance of the scene. I just remember going, yes, this is awesome. These people are awesome. I'm content.
Yeah.
yeah, that was good. I mean, this question's come up before, so I don't know if I have a new thing to say for this. I really, I really like our,
What's going on, man? Are you okay?
Did
you just pee?
No.
Oh my god, he's peeing.
Don't look. It's just my pants.
He's peeing
it's
and
just
pooping. He's filling
All
his
I peed
pants
was
with
my
pee.
pants.
See,
All I
look.
peed was
See,
my
look.
pants.
It looks
my
like
God.
it's pee, and then when I push it this way, it doesn't look like pee anymore.
Oh my god.
See, it looks like pee. It doesn't look like
He's
pee.
filling his pants
It's like
with
a
pee and
carpet.
poo.
What's your scene that you like?
I guess the favorite scene I was a part of was the museum scene, but that I did at one of the UW summits.
Yeah,
a while
I remember
back.
that. Was it at U of W? Because I could have sworn it was at
No,
Western.
it was with UW. It was at Western. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that scene. That was really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of university days, I remember doing a scene of The Bat where I was tomato soup.
Yeah, I remember
I was
that. We
inside
did it. That was at U of W.
Yeah, and then Finch had the great that basically said nothing for that scene except for the blow line because it ended on like a heartfelt note of like, oh, I guess I have a friend, and then Finch went, "You're never alone with Campbell's." At the end of the
Yeah.
scene, I was like, "That's great."
Yeah.
That was well done.
I remember that I grabbed. I was on the same team with you at the time, I believe,
Yeah.
and I grabbed a trash can to like mimic the sounds of like stuff moving around in the can.
Yeah.
And there were also like the bubbles that were rising, and it was like, oh, finally, friends. And it's like, where are your friends? And there was like this element of horror in there. Yeah. I also remember that the improv god known as Spencer Dunn taught us in a workshop earlier that day and like told us like emotionally like real scenes and like going for a commitment is the best way to go for things. And when we introduced the bat, apparently so says Kelly, another one of the judges, Spencer like just mumbled out loud, they're not actually gonna do this. And then like we did it and Spencer was like, oh my god.
That's cool.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. Very rewarding.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. This is 3 questions on this card, so
right.
we'll go quick. What is it you always wanted to do? I'd like to swim with a humpback whale.
Oh,
I thought about that a lot.
man, I'm so career pilled. I was thinking like do it for a living.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I have plenty of thoughts on that too, but that's something
I like that you chose a free thinking version of that.
Yeah.
What's something I've always wanted to do? Tell stories and make people happy.
Yeah.
Mine was just have a fulfilling job, basically.
All right.
I wanted to have tea with Freddie Mercury.
Well, I'm afraid that's the only one that like definitely not.
Well,
died when you were very small too,
Yeah.
or not born.
I don't think. I
Yeah,
was born yet.
did like people not tell you? Like, I want to have tea with Freddie Mercury. It's like saying I want to meet Bart Simpson, and it's like, okay, dear, one day you might.
Oh, is it always? I didn't always want to do that.
No.
This was like a 3-day bender. I was like, what if I could have tea with Freddie Mercury?
The second question is... Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Did you answer something?
Yeah.
Okay. The second question is related. If you could meet anyone, who?
Especially over tea.
There's some podcasters I'd love to meet. Like Paul F. Tompkins I'd love to meet. Apparently he's also very nice to fans because he's a very easy laugh, even though he's a comedian. He gets like... He laughs at people, which is very generous.
I try not to get obsessed with celebrities and celebrity culture.
Yeah.
Honest to God, the person I'd like to meet the most in this world is Karen Collins.
Yeah.
Who is basically one of the like founding. This is gonna get so boring. Founding academic writers of music design and video games, which is a field I'm very interested in. Done. There we go. You next. Through. Baby cakes. Go.
I jump around fucking topics too much.
Editor me, you know what sound effects to put in there.
I don't stick with like the same like piece of media for long enough to like be able to like follow somebody's career enough. So I think probably Ben Felix would be a good conversation.
How about like Douglas, like your dad?
Like my dad.
Yeah.
The one person I want to see again is my dad.
That's actually kind of cute. Like, oh, I miss hanging out with my dad. I miss hanging out with my mom.
Yeah, Ben.
I'm just hanging out with my
probably
brother.
Ben Felix is a finance podcaster, I think.
Yeah.
I'll see my dad in about a month.
I'll see your dad in about 2.
Why?
He told me not to tell you.
Too late.
The last question.
I would meet. I would probably meet Frank Sinatra, or
Pre or post death?
or Colonel Saunders.
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 Pre or
Colonel
post death?
Saunders.
Sanders.
Saunders.
It's Sanders.
Pre or post?
Saunders. Saunders.
Pre or post?
It's not.
Why would I meet somebody after their death?
That's what I want to know. If you answer
Exactly. So there's only one option.
that. No, there's two.
The last question on this card is: how would you make a mac and cheese better tasting? Sliced tomato and bacon.
Add panko.
Add panko and also like take a little blowtorch, burn the top.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Burn the panko?
Well, not burn, but like roast the
Oh,
top.
more kinds of cheese. I've had mac and cheese with brie in it.
You know what? Actually, I could bake it at the end. Why would I waste time on a flamethrower that's very unreliable? Fucking put it in the oven and broil it.
Broil it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a torch and a flamethrower are a little bit different.
Multiple kinds of cheese was my answer, specifically feta.
Oh yeah? Is feta good in mac and cheese?
Get the extra saltiness.
Oh, okay.
As we learned.
Yeah.
Parmesan is a good amount of salt too.
Yeah,
I wonder if you could
Parmesan
finish it
Oh,
with
Parmesan Reggiano.
To broil.
Reggiano.
Did you hear that Parmesan cheese wheels, like the real ones they make in Parma,
Yeah.
are now having like little micro computer chips put into it to prove that they are like actually made in
Tracking chip.
Yeah, no, genuinely, and they're safe to eat and stuff like that. And it's very hilarious because people have pointed out, like, wow, those like conspiracy theorists online going, Big Pharma is trying to put computer chips in our bodies was correct, but off by one letter. Big Pharma.
That's great. Okay, that's the
Yeah,
that's the
all
card.
those like really like local places like Bourbon, Parmigiano Reggiano.
Bourbon?
Like all of those like very like you have to make it here.
Bourbon?
Places get
Bourbon?
very
We get it
Champagne.
from the Arctic Circle.
champagne.
Bourbon.
Champagne from the Arctic Circle. You have to train that shit over. Yeah.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Bourbon?
Fucking
Bourbon?
Kentucky on the Arctic Circle.
What are you doing? Luke just grabbed like a roll off his body. Was just like, what is this?
Oh, good fat. You're getting old.
You're getting old. Your metabolism's slowing down.
No, I'm actually fucking thriving, dude.
My metabolism is slowing down. Let me tell you. Every time I eat like a dessert, I gain like more pounds than the net weight of the fucking dessert that I ate, and I go, how? It's
You
annoying.
defy thermodynamics.
Yes,
Get fatter.
it's so annoying because like I've been apart from when I like go out and like eat fast food, I'm a good little boyo these days with the fucking stuff that I eat. It's right down to I've cut like all sugary drinks out of my diet except for the occasional like once every 2 weeks bubble tea, and I replaced it all with chicken broth because I learned that you can just buy a fucking carton of this stuff from the
This
store
motherfucker.
and just drink it. Yes, go with that.
This motherfucker posts on Facebook, all proud that they discovered chicken broth.
I never said the word discover.
You made it sound like you like stumbled across it without any outside influence.
Some
like,
bones blew into my boiling water.
No, I'm buying the cheap shit. I'm buying the stuff from like the corner store that comes in like a carton.
Yeah. Store bought chicken broth. Posting on Facebook like you could just drink this.
Yeah.
This is a game changer. This is
Absolutely,
crazy.
yeah. Instead of Coke
savory
or something.
drink.
Yeah.
Flashback
I love
like
savory drinks. Yeah.
flashback like 2 months earlier where I'm like, wow, I made chicken broth for the first time. This is great. And Paul's like, oh, you idiot. Oh, life isn't so scary, you dummy. What do you think, you're cool because you made chicken broth? And now you're like, oh, I'm so cool because I drink chicken broth. Fuck you.
Okay, so I've got two rebuttals to that. Number one, I was laughing at the fact that you correlated the world is not that scary to I made chicken broth. Even if I agree with the core sentiment, the fact you coined those two or joined those two together was funny. Number two, you just said flashback to 2 months ago. Are you ready for this?
It was longer than that.
That was around this time last year.
Yeah. But
Leslie was still on the podcast when that
that
happened.
was that long ago.
Yes.
The thing that bothered me about
Sorry,
it
Douglas.
is all
You gotta relive that horrible memory.
all your friends, all your comment section, all your supporters were like, wow, yeah.
Wow, Paul, you're a god.
They were
yeah.
They were like, oh, have you tried it with this? You know, like drink water with it and all that stuff. Like they were very supportive. When I say it, I get shat on.
I would have
you.
honestly, I would have loved if you commented that, and I genuinely would have instructed my friends, going, "Hey, can you please angry react this one comment on my status? It's for an inside joke, trust me."
I can't get no respect.
Like just like all these angry reacts with people going, "Shut up! I don't even know Drew, but I hate him." I would have absolutely done that.
That's really funny.
This next question, it doesn't come with a name.
Whoa.
Oh, there's something on the back though.
However, it came with a date, but without the name. Jesus. And it's even more egregious that it doesn't have a name because it asks us, how did you choose the name After School Arcade? I'd ask the same of you, but I don't know it. We met in December of 2018, back before, like, some of us were even graduated. Daryl was still living in Waterloo at the time, or Kitchener-Waterloo area. And there was even 2 other people in the troupe at the time. And we all were just sort of like, what do we want to call this group? And we bounced around like a list of different names. And I was adamant, I think, about one thing. I wanted some sort of childhood nostalgia. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, some of them were real stinkers, like the fucking Laundry Room Club or something like that. Because I was
Honestly,
thinking,
I don't remember them. But
yeah, I just remember a couple of them were real stinkers. And we eventually settled on After School Arcade, I think purely because of the alliteration.
I mean, my vote was because we had all just graduated, but I think you realized that like a year later that's why I voted for it.
Yeah. And some of our friends have been like, you call yourself a group and its abbreviation is AA? That's such stupid marketing.
AA meeting? Oh.
Yeah.
I do put in my calendar, my Google calendar, like AA meeting,
Yeah,
AA
all
show,
the time.
AA gym.
Yeah.
And it's very funny.
I will say, none of our, like, the only ever feedback we get on, like, oh, AA, that's kind of funny, it ends at that. It's never like, why'd you do that? This is poor marketing or anything like that.
It's problematic.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Anyway, that's it.
And like, worst case scenario, if they see on your calendar that you have an AA meet, they're like, wow, he's taking care of himself.
Yeah, once a month.
Yeah.
May 18th, 2024 asks...
This is the same handwriting as the one who came before it. Look at this.
Same, these letters are way bigger.
Yeah, but they also signed it May 18, 2024. Look at that.
But they used a different thing.
All right, fine, go.
How much of your childhood experiences play into your performance?
Wow, that was coincidental with what I said for this. Because I was talking about childhood
Oh,
nostalgia.
yeah, nostalgia.
For the name.
Yeah. It's hard because I think it's very subtle. I was thinking about this on the drive over, actually. How
You read all the questions before. You planned
I
all
read
your
while I
answers.
was driving.
Yes.
There's like I feel like there's a certain like wave function when it comes to like skill at improv where early on, like as you're just starting improv, there's certain skills that you need to work on. Like we talk about like remember when you said you were going to pay attention when I talked?
That's out the window, dude. We were miming Drew jacking off while he was driving.
And then and then I don't know if you saw, I rolled the car.
Hey, I got here. Obviously, that didn't happen.
You got off, dude. All right, go on.
That's why I need the peppermint just to change the scent.
Ew.
On your temples?
It was to distract yourself, yeah.
I'm a straight shooter. What can I say?
Okay. Splash them.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, wave function. When you're just starting improv, I feel like you're probably like you have a good chance of being really good unless you struggle with like focus sharing and stuff because you're full of ideas, you're full of confidence. You just want to like go do it. So as long as you don't fall into certain traps, you'll be very good. As you do more improv and you focus on getting better, I feel like in my experience just watching people, there's like a certain amount of getting worse that happens where you become more self-conscious about what you're doing and you're more in your head. And then as you get more comfortable, you get better again, even better than like when you first started because you've gotten over that self-consciousness and you're implementing all these things that you've been working on.
Yeah.
So all that leads into the question about I feel like a lot of my improv now is like at the back of my mind, like it's my subconscious driving the thing. So a lot of my childhood experiences do inform the performance, but I don't know if I'd be able to pick it out. It's more just like I came up with an idea. I don't know why I came up with this idea, but it was informed by that probably.
Yeah.
All right.
I think kids are funny, so I like kids and dogs are
They can be.
are very funny. Kids and dogs, I think, are very funny, and they're like.
Well, careful, you're talking around Drew.
Kids and dogs, I think, are very funny, and they're a great comedic inspiration. So I think about them a lot when I'm performing improv.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
I mean, yeah, a lot of your characters, now that you pointed out, have like kid logic to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not just like an ignorance, but it's also like
Bliss.
Yeah, well, it's bliss, but it's just like very like in the moment. Like it's and very like nakedly like thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, my childhood was very like I was an only child, and so like Yeah, of course it was influenced by that because I was just making up my own fun.
Yeah.
And I had to, entertain the adults by myself sometimes. So it's just like, that's, I guess, where my desire to have, make people laugh or to do comedy and stuff, I think that's where it came from, really.
Even though I wasn't an only child, I think I had a very similar experience because I was in my room alone a lot and I played a lot with my action figures. And I think same thing, like childhood experience of like making characters do things, it immediately set me on that trajectory. Like we were talking about what we want to do with our lives. If we were talking career-wise, the first thing I wanted to be was an actor. Easily. Yeah. And it didn't change until like midway through high school. Then I wanted to be a history teacher because I love the history teacher. And then I was like, okay, I can't do this as a double major with fucking interactive arts and science or like, game making essentially. And I was like, okay, I'll do that instead. And then I somehow wound up back in teaching. And acting.
It would be very cool to be a double major in interactive arts and science and history. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. No, I'm just realizing now that all three of the things I wanted to be when I was like growing up, like from child to high school, I got to do for a living.
Look at this one.
That's really cool.
You followed your dreams.
You did it. You're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Living the life.
Man,
I'm doing it. Luke was ready to go in on the thing. He's just kind of stopped.
I'm coming.
Daryl, if you could, for the fans,
for the
do
fans.
some clean.
For the fan that doesn't exist that asked about it.
Do one clean.
For Jerry.
Oh boy, I'm coming. Oh, please. Oh, this is so good. Oh my God.
Why'd you say please?
Oh, please. Clear the way.
Oh, that's lovely. All right.
Big man coming through.
What's the next?
Coming.
What's the next?
What is a bad experience?
Just repeatedly pointing as I still snack. You okay, dude?
What is a bad experience you had with milk? From Sean Gilmore.
Fucking love milk.
It's not what the question. That's like the opposite of what. That's not. That's not what the question has, dude.
I guess just like when you're not paying attention, you pour some milk and there's like you take a drink and it's like you feel something on your teeth because it's all like clumpy.
Oh,
Never had
like
that
Batman.
experience.
You've never done
Bad
that?
No, I drink my milk fast enough that it doesn't do that.
I don't buy milk anymore because I'm the only one that like would drink it. So
goes
like
bad
it goes
too-
bad
yeah.
too quickly.
You
but I
can
like
freeze
you should
milk.
turn it into yogurt.
Why don't I just buy yogurt?
Well, that saves your milk from going bad.
True. It's like making banana bread.
Yeah, actually. That's very close. Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
Why is every time I say something somebody agrees with, they're like, wow, true. Yeah, that's correct. Wow.
Good job, man.
Everybody's Condescending But Me, a book by Drew Hoffman.
Actually, someone write that down. That's a great title.
That's a great book.
That's
title.
like Martin Short's title of his memoir is My Life as a Humble Comedy Legend.
I might make that the title of the episode.
My bad experience with milk was in high school. I had some friends who bought like those 3 bags, the like full thing of milk.
Milk Day.
Milk bag? No, like big bags.
Yeah. It
Big
was,
bag.
It was Big Milk Day. It was in a big
It was
bag.
big. It was like 1
High
liter
school.
bags, and it was like a competition of who could drink the most milk. And I
Like a
saw,
gallon challenge and
I
shit?
saw them. I saw them drinking, and I was like, "This is gonna end poorly." And just like spews of milk going out of their mouth after
All of
like.
them? Like
yeah,
at once?
Yeah, no, not all at once, but it was
It's like
like
the ending of Kingsman.
it was like a waterfall. It was like a beautiful waterfall of like
It was a minute in paradise.
So yeah, it is like the ending of
The
Kingsman.
1812 Overture, yeah.
That's right.
I would say that my bad experience with milk, like Drew, I love me some milk. However, if you catch my drift, I don't have the problem of, well, the milk is going to go bad when I buy it because I drink it too fast, like too much.
Good problem to have.
It's not, because every single time I've been even close to overweight, milk has been the culprit.
Really?
That's my bad experience with milk.
Wow.
Because like water, no calories. 1 glass of milk, one like 30 to 160. It's bad.
That's not that bad.
Do you buy that homo milk?
What?
I buy that Homo milk because it's the only one that tastes good.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
They're like 2%?
I'm okay with 2%. 1% skim can go right to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, we all agree on that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I grew up
You
on
like
skim.
skim,
I'm a 1% guy.
but do you like skim?
1%.
I-
1%.
The 1%!
1%.
I will tell you, I was drinking a glass of milk the other day, and I didn't ask. I made the fucking foolish mistake of not asking the guy, what kind of milk is this? And so I take a sip of this milk, and I go, what is that? And he tells me, oh, it's skim milk. And I go, oh, you mean fucking water with fucking glue in it? Get out of here.
Glue.
You know, you look at other countries, like Sweden, Norway, Sweden, Norway, France, Germany. They all have milk. They all have milk. Why? You make me ask why in this country we have 80 brands of toothpaste, no milk, no milk. I go to the store and there's no milk, and I say, what the fuck do you mean? Have you checked in the back? And I'm not gonna check in the back. And I'm like, why not?
That's very funny if Bernie Sanders had like a Trump turn in the specific way of just like when interviewed just saying like petty
Whatever,
bullshit.
yeah.
Like just like customer service concerns.
I absolutely love in isolation the clip of the problem with Ron DeSanctimonious is that he needs a personality transplant, and those are not yet available. Trump said that, and I love that.
That's great.
Did I tell you guys my Bernie Sanders dream
Yes.
of the bug?
Yes.
No,
Not the bug. No.
Okay, so I had a dream
You
where...
don't have as many Bernie Sanders dreams as like sex dreams.
I know, I'm so lucky. I don't even have sex dreams because I check off so much. Bernie Sanders dream, right? I was dreaming that I was at some sort of like speech of his, and he said, he said,
The other night, I was sitting alone in my room, and there was this little bug on the floor. So I picked it up, and I ate it.
and all of the audience, as soon as he said, and I ate it, just went, oh, and Bernie immediately went, oh, fuck you. I laughed myself awake, I think.
There's just like Trump quotes of petty stuff of like going to that rally. I think it was like shortly after January 6th, and he's talked a good chunk of the time about how hairspray isn't as good anymore, and he didn't know why.
All right, next question.
Okay, what is the closest you have come to beating a brain into a salesperson?
What is this?
Oh.
I don't know what this means. You seem more enlightened than me.
It's like a figure of speech. You understand?
Well,
me?
thanks.
It's like a figure of speech.
Beat the brain.
Oh, so was
this-
it literally beating a brain into a fucking...
This salesperson's talking to you, right?
Yeah.
And they're just giving you the what for. They're just not listening to anything you say. So you browbeat them a little bit. You make them listen to you. And you beat a brain into them because they're just on like zombie mode. They're just going automatic with their lines and everything. They're not thinking about what they're saying.
and logic.
Yeah, you wake them up from the Matrix.
I tried.
Oh, okay. I'm realizing now. You were like anti-me.
Yeah. I didn't want to fart in the mic, so I
Even
thought...
I can smell it.
Thanks for that gift on this wonderful day, Daryl.
Blessed we are.
Blessed
Yeah.
we are. Blessed for our blessings.
No, I don't really get petty around the other. I know, like one of my sister's friends, Isaac, when he was in high school, he got a lot of crank calls, and so he finally decided to deal with one by pretending to be like there was a murder in the house, and he was like the inspector and picked up the phone. Was like, hello. Yeah. Just put it over there. Yeah. Hello. Can I ask who's speaking, please? And they just go like, hello, sir. Would you like to buy our floor cleaner? And say, I'm sorry. The owner of this house will not be able to talk to you. They were found dead in their apartment this morning. Have you had any prior contact with the deceased? And they were like, no.
You're under investigation.
Yeah, no. It's like he would say, like, please do not hang up. We are tracing this call. And they're like, no. I only heard this through a game of telephone, so I'm not sure if exactly how that is, but
Right,
that's the best answer I've got.
With salespeople, because I used to do I did sales very briefly. I did sales very briefly, and so when I realize someone is selling me something, I like to drag them along to watch them work. I did this most recently when I joined a gym, and they have free like consultations with a personal trainer every 6 months. That's included in the membership. And near the end, I realized that this is an opportunity for them to sell you on their services and personal training.
Yeah.
And so I just was like, well, I got time to kill. Like, let's just pretend like I might be interested, but I'm not sure yet, and just kind of watch them work.
I saw a video on early YouTube that was explaining that sort of thing. You know, early YouTube was either a hodgepodge of like, you know, people going buck wild before there were any regulations, and then like the beginnings of business and corporate people, but it's just people in suits going like, "Hi, I'm here to show you how to screw in a screw with a screwdriver."
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got this one guy in a suit that was like, you know, a desk, one potted plant behind him going,
Here's what to do if you ever get a crank call. Talk to them. Waste their time. People on crank calls don't like it when you seem genuinely interested in their product. Ask as many questions as possible and don't buy it.
and I was
A
like,
crank call? That's not a crank call.
well, maybe you need to tell him that. Maybe I misheard. I don't know.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
Yeah. I'm saying what I want to say, really. It's like telemarketers and stuff.
I know what you
Yeah.
mean.
I conflate the two at this point because they're all just scams.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not a very
deceitful.
confrontational person, and I also don't like negotiating.
Okay.
You know, in
You're
like,
not a very
in
confrontational
the real
person.
world.
I'm not a confrontational person, but I do not negotiate.
Drew, I love you. You are one of the most confrontational people I know. What
In
the
the-
fuck are you talking
In
about?
like the real world, with
we
strangers
live in the
and
real
shit?
world. When we turn off this podcast, you still argue with
Fine,
me.
with strangers.
Okay.
With strangers.
Thank you.
In those kinds of settings, like where you're negotiating price and stuff.
Let me just do your socks up for you. Go on.
Why?
There we are. Go ahead.
I lost my train of thought.
When you're talking to strangers, you're not confrontational.
Yeah, and
Next question.
I'll do. I don't like to waste people's time. You guys are evil.
Us.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I didn't have any. I told a secondhand story.
You took those instructions.
Fair enough. All right. What's the next question?
Yeah, you have it.
No, I don't yet. Yay! What's your favorite scene/character/joke you've done during a show? Favorite of all time. Bitcoin scene, of course, for us.
Yeah, absolutely, Bitcoin.
Our worst scene we ever did.
Stacking
In front of
boxes.
my first time ever doing improv in front of my brother.
Honest to God, the scene we just did with that wife character in Spice It Up, that might
was
be
really good.
one of my new favorites I've ever done.
That was a pretty great scene, I think.
Yeah. Long story short, we ask for... Spice It Up is a game we, quote unquote invented. I'm sure it's done by other troops in another name. We ask for a mundane story, and then we redo that story, but just like really heightening certain details. And we got like a date between a man and his wife where they were playing board games, and she normally wins, and he won this one. And I just portrayed her as this absolute goblin creature with a disgusting face and a worse voice.
Yeah, and she'd like fire servers at will.
Yeah. I was like, husband, get ready to play the game. And if the server came, I was like, you're fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like a sniveling worm husband
You
that happened
peed yourself.
to. I did pee myself and fainted when you started talking to the waiter.
This was like, these were two people that were watching. They came to our show on a whim for the first time.
paid money.
Yeah.
It was one of their first time ever being at improv as well. Like,
It
not
was
just
like
our show.
just their first time.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ever being in it. Yeah. It was crazy. That's my answer. Favorite scene/character/joke, Daryl?
I guess that one scene that we did about Kiefer Sutherland, that where he peed a lot.
Getting a lot of themes of this one.
A lot of peeing.
Yeah.
And he peed so much that he flooded Pearson Airport.
Yeah, I remember that.
International airport.
That was nasty.
For me, it's the jokes and characters that like I don't expect to go like super well, and then I get a bigger reaction than I thought I was going to.
The fisherman.
The fisherman is the one that came to my mind. It's
Yeah.
like I'm just like, oh, I'll go out as like a grumbling fisherman that like you can barely understand.
And then you
And,
captivated the audience for like 5 minutes straight with
Yeah, that
just
scene
random
went for
jumbling.
so long.
Yeah. And it was near the end of our scene too. We were like, we need to wrap this up. Okay, Drew's got something. Let's let this
I
ride
thought
out.
I was gonna move the plot forward, and I just
You didn't.
stuck with the bit. I was like, people are laughing at the voice, so I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Hell yeah. Always.
Steelworker Scaries was
Yes.
pretty fun.
Yeah. People don't really know what we're talking. Next question.
This question
Go.
comes from Karen, and it says, "I'll be listening" with a smiley face.
God.
On your best.
Why are we
behavior.
groaning at that?
Because of what happened
Oh,
earlier in this podcast.
listeners, God.
God, Karen, turn us off.
Would you rather raise 2 children
No.
or create
Oh my
create art that changes a social construct? I feel like we're all gonna pick the create art one, right?
I'm not gonna lie. The older I get, the more I'm like leaning towards 50-50 on having kids. I wouldn't mind doing
2 kids?
I wouldn't mind having 2 kids.
Is that a lot, Drew?
I mean, as of right now, I'm in a relationship with a boy. We're gonna have to adopt.
So you adopt 2 kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a butt
Like 2 for the price of 1. Exactly.
Why don't you have a butt baby?
Why don't I have a butt baby? Because I'm bored.
And Paul doesn't want to gain weight.
Yeah. I can't handle this. I'm bored. I don't want to gain weight. What else is there to say?
Yeah, since my whole life I've had the same stance on kids, which is like when I'm ready to. Like I would like to have children, but not right now.
When/if or when? When/if you're ready to, or when you're ready to?
When I'm ready to. I would like to be a father eventually.
Okay.
And Happy's in the same boat, but it's like, yeah,
Being a father?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a father. 2 dads.
Yeah.
Fodder.
I would rather have kids. I think there are a lot of social constructs that are like kind of stupid and that should be changed, but should I be known for just changing a social construct? I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of a lonely life.
Be known for fucking without protection.
Can I also say? That is what you've been.
That's not what I'd be known for. That's just what I would do.
Message boards right now talking about the pro-natalist agenda.
I never thought of that. Like when you drop your kids off at preschool and meet the teacher, they're shaking the hands of someone where it's like, the reason we know each other is because you fucked without protection. Hello.
You didn't pull out.
Not necessarily. In vitro.
True. In vitro or adoption. There we go.
Coming to town.
But I will say it depends pretty heavily on what my partner will want. Because if I am sort of 50-50 on 2 kids and they want kids, then yeah, that's the direction we're going to go. But if they specifically do not want to have kids, then I'm going to go the art route.
Yeah.
And what if you put on protection but there's a hole in it?
It depends on where the hole is.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is very deep, actually.
Where the balls are.
Thank you. Hopefully the hole
Where the
is-
balls are?
Holes where the balls are.
Yeah, it's true. I don't normally cover the balls when I'm so sorry, Karen.
She's like, she even said, "I'm listening." They're like,
we were fine until now.
not exactly.
Yeah. I thought everybody was going to pick the create art one. I guess I'm alone in that.
You're not. I just gave the caveat of like I could go one or the other depending on what my partner
You
wants.
gotta pick.
No, I'm saying it's up to my partner. I want to be. I listen to my
You're
partner.
shirking
That's
responsibility.
what changes
Wait,
between
can I
me
see
and you.
Shut
I
up,
listen.
Dave Mitchell. Don't steal that joke.
Nice. Okay, so first of all, it was Lee Mack who said that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac said that.
Bernie Mac said that. That was well done. That was well.
Also, I should have said
well
David
called.
Mitchell because nobody calls him Dave. But whatever.
That's fine.
I fucked up the joke.
Victoria calls him Dave.
I know him that well.
Fair. Okay, that settles that one. What's the next question?
Next one's up is Daryl.
All right, but guys, can we take a pause? Because I gotta go.
Gotta
do
go
you
where?
mean?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
You have to go to the
in the
bathroom.
middle
Let's
of
just
the recording.
yeah, let's just power through it. There's only like a couple questions left. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to smell that.
We're on to the June show questions.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Otherwise,
I get-
we'll have to. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Let
good
the
place to pause, maybe.
Let the pause the record. That's gonna ruin the flow of the episode.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
just continue. What's
right.
the worst that can happen?
I don't know. Okay, whatever.
What do you mean?
Daryl, why are you turning around?
Daryl?
I warned you guys.
Daryl.
Daryl!
Daryl.